Hey, this is Anthony.
Oh, this is giving you a call from Always Press Record. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Yourself?
Doing all right. Doing all right. Thanks for taking the call.
Of course.
I was actually reaching out because I said it in my original message, but back in your Dallas days, somebody commissioned me and said that you had a great story and that I should do a documentary and whatnot. Started looking into everything, and of course, as you know, the Reddit community is horrible. And the more that I started looking at it,
Oh, they're lovely.
you know, and just trying to get a real sense of what's going on between me and you, brother. You haven't done anything malicious in any way, shape, or form. I don't understand the intention, so to speak. So I started watching your series.
Okay.
And yeah, you have a great series. I mean, I understand why your YouTube growth is what it is and was what it was. It was quite entertaining. And so, as I was going through this, I turned down our original commission because, like I said, I didn't find anything malicious. You're a businessman doing what you're doing, trying to make your business run.
So somebody hired
Just like I have.
Somebody hired you to write a documentary on the malicious stuff I was doing.
Yeah, they were the way that it was originally presented to me, and this was after, and I don't want to.
The blackout and all the drama, yeah.
It was actually the Big 12. The Big 12, and I originally went to TCU, so a couple of frat brothers reached out to me and was like, hey, this is this guy, he's doing this and that and this and that. I like Rolexes, I have a Smurf myself, so I was like, all right, let me go ahead and look at it.
Okay.
And like I said, I didn't find anything salacious. And so it really just got me to just keep on watching. And as I've been watching with all the stuff, all the Reddit stuff, it's amazing how the internet community can make it so hard to just run a legitimate business. And so that's what made me actually reach out to you, because I was like, I actually watched, it was your first Q&A when you were telling your backstory, and you were saying that one day you wanted somebody to walk up and say, hey, you're the timepiece gentleman.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, well, let's see what this man says and how he feels about this energy that's constantly coming after you. You got people who literally are just waiting on every single breath you breathe to say something negative about you.
Everyone's waiting to say they told me so, or we told you guys. We've been telling you this for long. That's the whole thing about it, is the internet's never going to admit they're wrong. They called me a scammer during the blackout. They called me a con artist, a Ponzi scheme during the Facebook raise. Every risky thing that I've tried to do that I just felt was different and that everyone else was afraid to do. I had a plan behind it. I had an idea behind it, and certain circumstances didn't work out. And just simply because I tried something risky, whether it involved money or not, the perception is, since it didn't work out, it must be a scam. Now, the problem is the internet is going to say you're a scammer, and they're going to say you're a con artist, but they're never going to find any proof of it. They're never going to provide any proof, but they're also never going to admit that they were wrong. These communities that hate me are going to sit back, and that's what they're doing. They are sitting back, waiting for the day that I make a mistake and slip up and do something wrong, so they can say, we told you so all along. We've been telling you for the last 5 years that this guy was a, whoever, if I ever make a mistake.
I don't really think that you're making mistakes. I think that you've done a couple of guerrilla marketing strategies that paid off. And I think there's a bit of jealousy. I think that there's a bit of assumptions being made at times. Just for full transparency, I even reached out to Archie Luxury, and that guy, he's just full of hot air. He's full of hot air.
Right.
And every single person that I talked to hasn't said anything, who's actually dealt with you, has not said anything disparaging. I don't understand. So that's
funny.
where the whole
I wish I could
Yeah.
find this. If I dug back far enough, I could find the screenshots in my group where there's also a dealer group going around that also likes to talk. And, you know, the dealer, well, it's one thing with trolls on YouTube and Reddit and all that bullshit. Like, I don't care about them. They're not doing business with me. When it comes into, like, the dealer groups, which is where I run my business and where my reputation actually matters, there was a point in time where I found out through a friend that this dealer group was talking a bunch of shit, you know, same old, calling me a scammer, saying not to trust me, that I do bad business. And so I just put out a statement in every single one of my dealer groups. I'm in 40 plus dealer groups. Same statement across the board. You guys want to talk shit and call me a scammer. I want anyone right now in this group I've never paid a bill, I've never delivered a watch, and I've never come through with what I was supposed to do, to speak up right now. Since y'all want to talk in groups that I'm not in to defend myself, let's do it where I can defend myself. And you know how many people stood up and said something?
No, hey.
Not one.
And that's also very interesting. Do you think that it's just because you have attention in a market in which most people don't have attention and can't expand their business?
It's because I take risk and I do things that other people are afraid to try. I went out and I had this idea to raise money to build a new store, and the Facebook thing. Every single dealer out there said it was stupid. Back when I was first getting started, I went out and I wrapped my Jeep, you know, so I had my name and my logo all over it. When I started my Instagram account, and when I started my YouTube channel, I started talking about prices. I showed transparency, and I did things that everybody else was afraid to do, and that's where I've developed essentially the people that hate me, was because I've surpassed most of them, and they've been, you know, the thing is, it's old school. People don't want to try things new, and when someone new kid on the block comes in and hasn't put in the 5, 10, 15, 20 years of work, the hard work that they have, and he's doing things a little bit smarter and a little bit more clever, and then passing people and getting more recognition and pulling clients, it's natural for people to hate you. So it's just, people don't like change, and that's what I was all about, was change and taking risks. So
no, I understand. I don't want to keep you long. I just wanted to introduce myself and hope that we could talk further, because like I said, I think you have something, and I think that your story illustrates what I'm trying to prove, which is the internet can be the giver and taker, you know what I mean? It can be the gift and the curse. Right. Because you've experienced both sides of it. So if you would like to discuss more, you have my information, sir.
I do. I'll tell you what, I am actually just pulling up to a meeting at Mercedes. We're gonna try to do a pop-up event this weekend. So I want to come in here and talk to them. What's your schedule look like?
If you wanted to touch bases tomorrow, we can.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm pretty open.
Yeah, shoot me a text and give me a time, and I'll block it on my schedule. And I would love to talk further about this and see what we could do here. You know, it was somewhat interesting when Trevor first showed me the message on the Timepiece Gentleman Instagram, but I'm even a lot more enthusiastic after finding out who it was that originally tried to find something out on me and couldn't. Now it's kind of like,
good.
Now it's kind of like, ha ha ha, tables have turned.
In fact, I'll even tell you even better. Your Instagram Q&A made the person who commissioned me go away.
Really?
Like that last one where you just say yeah and just start just going down the list. Those actually have quieted a lot of people who have reached out. Like I said, we'll talk more.
Awesome, man. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate you reaching back out, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Just text me a time and let me know. I can put it on my schedule.
Sounds good. I will.
All right. Take care, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.